Oh, it's very loud. Hello, hello, hello. This is everything, and it's an appearance. So nothing is happening. Nothing is happening. There's only an appearance. Nothing is real. Nothing is real. Even the body isn't real. Circumstances are not real. They seems to happen. It's an apparent happening, but nothing is real. Not even the body, because we're so convinced that body, you feel the body, that's real. And it's only a sense what can be felt. And there's no one. There's no one inside. That's something we are so convinced that there's someone and we have to deal with life. There's no one in that seemingly body. Everything is happening by itself. There's no one doing it. There's no free will or choice. When there's no one, there can't be free will of choice. There's no free will, there's no choice. There's what is happening, what's apparently happening. There's only what is happening. It's very neutral. It's only neutral. Life is neutral. Life isn't saying this is good, this is bad. That's that separation. When there's after few maybe 2 years, maybe some earlier or later, then there seems to be an contraction happening, and it's the brains are sophisticated enough to see that they can abstract, and they can see like, oh, there's over there and there's over here. So there's my mother and I'm here, and and after a while there's developing me. I want this, I can do this. It's a very convincing construct. It's a construct. Me is a construct. Me is not real. There never was me. So this is also a meeting. You can't lose. Ooh, you can't lose your me. There's no me. There never has been a me. There never has been a me. That's amazing, because a lot of meetings and a lot of people thinking like, oh, maybe finally I found something that's causing the trouble in my life, and maybe when the me is gone, then it will be over. But there was already no me. So that's very disappointing. There's no hope. There's no hope for something else. This is it. This is it. The way that the hands are moving, the face is looking, circumstances seem to happen. That's what's happening. That's not happening for someone. There's no reason for something to happen, no cause or effects, because there's no time. Time is also a construct. We are so capable of abstracting everything. So time is part of that abstract thinking and constructing. That there's a before and an after, a past, maybe a future, but also very more closer than there's before and after. There's also no before, there's also no after. There's this. That's it. And this. And it's very literally tiny, simple. It's completely simple. It's maybe it's so simple that it can't be seen. It's too simple. We are so used to complication and meaning and why, trying to know, trying to understand, that this is not about understanding. Has nothing to do with understanding, has nothing to do with seeing it. There's no need for that. There's no need for anything. That's the joy. There's no need for anything, because this is already it. And when there's me looking for something, there's always me is that thing that, no, it's not really a thing, but that construct is about there's something not right. There's a dissatisfaction. It's not right. It's not really it, or something feeling like that. So we're looking for something else, more pleasure, no pain anymore, good circumstances, health, all kind of money, all kind of things. And it's exactly what it is. Not for anyone. It's what's happening. And it doesn't matter what it is, it's everything. That can be the disappointment because me doesn't want everything. Me wants something nice, something good, maybe nice feelings, how we call it. Me is always looking at itself and thinking like, oh, this is nice, this is awful, I like this, oh, I don't find that pleasant, or all that. So it's always busy looking for something else, for a good thing or a nice feeling or whatever it's looking, thinking that one day it will be better. It will never happen. It will never happen because this is already it. There's no hope for something else. There can be for a moment or for a while. It can be like, oh, this is a better life. And it can be when when there's something going on about me and me is not that strong anymore. That whole construct trying to make it better is diminishing and it's not that strong anymore. Can happen, but it makes the prison more comfortable. It's like it's more comfortable, but still there's something like that. It's going on. And then sometimes there's not that strong, sometimes it's stronger. Depends. Sometimes it's in relations, or most people have different issues like money or relations or circumstances, work. Can be anything. And this is not about justice or truth. There's no justice. It's a story. Truth is also a story. Me is the story of good and bad. And when they're saying there's no me anymore, then that whole story, that whole construct is just lost. Everything's going on, that, but it's not for anyone. And it's also not, and that's sometimes also misunderstood, it's not Rose has no me. It's not like that. There's no Rose anymore. It never was a Rose. There's just that body and there can be speaking. But it's nothing speaking. It has nothing to do with Rose. There's no characteristics can be there, but it's a story. It's not important. There can be talking in the story, but it's nothing. So this is only what's happening. It's moving a hand. It's very literally, it's very simple and neutral. There's no meaning in anything. There's no choice. And there's already no me. So nothing to look for. We can talk about this. Maybe there are questions, maybe what some people said to me they like when I'm saying you can talk about anything. It can talk in the story also. Talk about mothers or what or maybe there are questions. They're in the story. Questions are in the story, of course. And that can happen too, of course. It's not about non-duality talk that you can't say me or anything like that. You can say anything. Talking about money, I don't know. We'll see what's going on, what happens, and what will be the chat in that way. So if you want to say something, you can unmute yourself or you can write something. Oh yeah, there's just nothing.
So this has nothing to do with tension in the body.
Tension can happen. It's not tension in the body. That's what we make of it, that it's in the body. There can be tension. Yeah, that's tension. Yeah. So what?
It
It
doesn't
has
mean,
no reason. It has no nothing. It's just tension. It's
yeah,
a feel. Yeah, that's it.
doesn't mean anything.
No,
No,
no.
yes,
That's
think,
what me does. That looking
yes,
at it and thinking about it, like, oh my God, what is this and why and why?
yeah,
What did I do? What did
yes,
I do wrong? Maybe.
yes.
No, just tension can happen. Yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
Mm. Nothing is for someone, and we're so that can be so strong that when that contraction happens, that it's so embodied, that whole construct of me and I'm here and I have to live my life and this is the best way. What is the best way and how can I do it? And that's so embodied, that whole construct. It's so contracted in that sense. So everything seems to have a reason and why, and we're looking for it. So that's what we're used to. And then suddenly there's hearing, oh, there's nothing happening. That what's happening is just that, without any reason or why or effect. No, there's only this. There's no time. Whoa. That's the freedom. There's only tension or moving a hand or a leaves or what what doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter what it is. That's the freedom. There's so many. There's more stress than usual, and I just find it harder to resonate with this message. It feels like something went wrong. But me is always comparing, always comparing with something before of somebody else, maybe also. Like, oh, I'm so much more stressed than her, and how is it possible? And or me, it was before like this, and now it's like this. What happened? Or there's no before. There's only this. We're so used to compare everything and thinking, oh, that was too like that's better, or in that circumstances, maybe I go on holiday, that will be better, or always thinking something about something else. Then there's stress. So what? We're thinking that that's our task to live without stress, to live only with joy. It never happens.
Steering.
There can be stress. Here there can be stress. Or and then it comes and it goes and I don't know. I don't know if there's stress or sometimes there's stress and then it's nothing and nothing is busy with that. Yeah. It's very normal. Life is very normal. So there's no one to perceive the tension in the body. No. No, there's no one to perceive. That's what lost, that there's somebody is looking, that awareness, how can you call it? Looking at yourself, that's lost. So I say it like this, like there's nothing, no one busy with what's going on. That's not happening. It's by itself. There's nothing. It's not a concept or a doing. It's just not there. And who says that? Who knows? It's not a knowing. Yeah, that's what we are so have learned that when somebody says that she knows and then she talks about it and then you can learn that or maybe see how she does it or something like that. This is not there's nothing. It's coming like that. It's always like that. It's everywhere like that. But we call it we think it's knowing. It's just that. It has nothing to do with knowing. Just coming like that. When there's something asking or saying, there's a response. Not rose. It's maybe with the flavor of rose, but it's just coming. Yeah. And I wish fulfillment. I have too much time. There can be too much time, and that makes me unhappy. What do I do? It's there when there's living, just living. We always be where there's so many ideas and concepts about what's the best way to live. It's not all day watching television all day. That you can't do that because that's not good. Doing things for other people, that's good. And so we have a lot of ideas and concepts about how to live your life. And this is completely free. It has nothing to do with that. It has nothing to do with circumstances. So we're not used to that. There's no You can't hold on something like this is good and this is bad because we're looking when there's a search, there's a looking for help me what to do. I want to do the right thing. And then we think that's the way I will be happy. And this is a completely from that leaves that all behind, and it's completely out of the story because it has nothing to do with the story. It has nothing to do with concepts or anything. It's what it is, and there's no good or no bad. It's what it is, and
Can
that's
you can you hear me?
possible. Yeah. Oh yeah,
Okay.
hi. Yeah,
Then
hi.
hi. Why do I feel depressed then
There can be a
about
feeling
that?
there can be a feeling, but there when there's feeling depressed, it's thinking like, oh, it's this is a feeling, and this is depression, and this is I feel bad about things, or maybe it's because of this or that. That's the story. There can be feelings in the body, or it's not really in the body, but there can be feelings, but they don't have any reason. They don't have any reason. It's a
Now I realize
feeling.
that I want a different than it is. That's
Yeah,
the
but
problem.
that's the problem. That's what that you're not the only one, of course, because that's what me does. Me, what I call me is that whole construct that looks, you could say, like everything's just going, and then there's something looking at yourself or so like circumstances, like oh my God, there's something not right, and that's that me. That's what I call me.
Hmm.
It's not what's happening, it's what's looking at it and dividing it in two, like oh this is nice and this is awful. Oh, what I'm now feeling, that's awful, so I want something else. Oh, now I feel nice. Oh, what can I do to have it more? And always busy with that kind of thing. So there's always a dividing, and that makes it like also complicated because it never works forever. It's always looking for what's the right thing and going on. And that what I'm calling is that just it is just this is just mentioning how it's going. There's no how do you say, there's no advice or things like that. There's
But
only
is it
say
also then the depressive feelings are just there, or could I prevent them coming when I accept life better?
no, because there's no me. There's no one inside. And that's a misconception that so can be social. That doesn't mean you have to believe what I'm saying because that's the same thing, of course. But this I can only say what's coming here, and it's not an advice, but it's a describing what's seen, and there's only what's happening. So there's that feeling, then that's it. It's not an awful feeling. It's a feeling can be there, and next moment, and yeah, and now next moment. But we think all day it's the same. It changes. Everything
No.
changes,
Hmm.
and then there's this, and then that, and we're always looking for something. But it's everything. It's just changing, and I don't know what is better than anything else. It's what it is. And that feeling, that looking at it, that's that's always being busy with, oh, this is nice and this is awful or right or wrong, or that divides it. When that's lost, you could say that, or when that's, then it's just what's happening. But the funny thing is, the strange thing is, it's that's already also the case. So that whole construct doesn't mean that makes you feel uncomfortable, because then we wait till me is not happening anymore. That whole construct doesn't make you unhappy. There is that feeling. Unhappy or happy is also a story. It's
Mhm.
what is felt. Sometimes you don't even know. I don't even know what's being felt. I don't know what's going on. There can be feelings, or I don't know, and then that's it. But we are so used to being busy with what's going on in ourselves and trying to make it better. Yeah, there can be
Mhm.
feelings, or there can be the table. Nothing, that feeling or the table, it's the same. It's the same importance. There's no difference in that sense. We make
Yeah.
ourselves, that's what we're
I think
living our
I
life
think
and
uh,
busy with this. Yeah.
I think for me the interaction with other people is also difficult because they make your story also. Huh? Do you understand what
Not
that?
no, yeah, I don't understand, but there's no one making your story. There can be a thinking about what's going on, or
Hmm.
interpretation about what's going on. Most of the time is that. So that's an
Yeah, that
interpretation, and the
triggers me. Yeah,
making up that, because, and that can be very like, that's the way it's used to be like that, so it's going on like that. It can be patterns in that, but they are not real. They are just stories,
yeah,
and they're so believed in that's real or that's really happening. It's not.
yeah. Now I
It's
understand.
just
Because
a story. Yeah.
shall I explain a little bit of the story just or it's not interesting?
No, that doesn't matter.
Okay,
Sorry.
fine. I understand it better now. It's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Mhm. Whoa. Okay. Please don't take this as a criticism or accusation, but an honest question. Okay. If there's truly is no me and it's clearly seen to be nothing but a story, why continue to participate? Why hold meetings for the apparent other person? Why carry this message for no one? The strange thing is, I don't know. It's just what's going on. It's just what's happening. Then suddenly there's writing on the website things, and there's but there's no reason for it. Well, there's no intention. There's closing the computer after the meeting, and then there's eating dinner. Yeah. So there's no intention. It's just what's going on, what's apparently happening. So there's not trying to make that clear for people. That seems, because we are thinking like, we're always thinking like, oh, why I get a bit confused. Oh yeah, of course. That I'm doing that for a reason, for example, or something like that. Because we use that everything is for a reason. We can't even imagine that it's not for a reason. It's just what's happening. It's just going. And there's no reason for anything. So this is just what's happening for no one. And there's no not talking to someone. So there's just talking. I don't know what's happening there. I don't even see someone. There can be a question and there's a response. I don't know what happened with that. That's I don't know. I don't feel it like criticism. It's good then to say everything, of course. Don't get me
Rose,
wrong. One moment. Don't get me wrong. I do resonate with your message, have read your book, and continue to attend your meetings. But this question continues to arise. Yeah, of course. Because we're so into meaning, and we think that when somebody is talking and it's trying to convince people or to make it clear, it's not what, there's no intention. There's no intention. That's strange because, but that's the freedom. It's just talking, and what's done with that, I really don't know, and I don't care. I don't care if then people go home and think, shit, that was a shit meeting. Yeah, okay. I don't know, but maybe that's what's going on. Yeah, Can happen. So, yeah. Doesn't matter if there are 5 people or 20. I don't care. And it's just what's going on. So that's the freedom. Yeah. Ask anything. When that's coming, then, and that's coming again, say it again in another way, maybe. I don't know. That's all right with me, of course.
Roes?
Yeah. Hi.
Hi. What generates thoughts if there's no one here? Like,
So
I find that most people are reactive to their thoughts, but if there's no person, then what the hell are thoughts?
there can be thoughts, but they're just thoughts. Yeah, there can be thought like, shall I go outside? And then maybe there's going outside or not. Yeah, just practical. It's most practical thoughts, not that whole thing like what we are used to, like, oh, what did I do and all that. That's not coming then.
How does that come about? I mean, it drives me nuts at times.
Yeah,
And then I stop, so
yeah,
what are all this? I don't know about yesterday and
yeah,
tomorrow,
yeah,
and am I
yeah.
going to get a job and all this? It's like, who's
Mm.
thinking this?
It's an endless, yeah, it's an endless chit chat because there's a search going on, and there's something going on, like trying to live your life in the best way, because there's so much belief in and an embodied belief that this is me or you, and this is my life, and I have to make it work.
Right. Hey.
That's a huge misunderstanding, but it's so embodied. So you can't say to somebody, "No, there's no me." Yeah, thank you very much. That's just nothing. And then, but it's not only in the words what this meetings is doing, because there can be
Which
an
one?
explanation, and then now you don't understand, or you understand, but that's also not, yeah, just understanding. But that's underneath. There's something else also going on, and that's energetic. It's something going on, like nothing is wrong. All that me is always busy with this is right, this is wrong in the end. And then suddenly there's a meeting, and then there's nothing going on, but this is right or wrong, or you should or not. That's not happening. So there's something else happening too in these meetings. And that's more what's the energetic part.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That can be the killer also.
Well, I want that. I want the killer.
You want to be killed.
I do. Thank you.
Thanks. Mm.
This is like a dream in a way, you could say, also the way it's being explained now, where things might seem very real, but they're not. And um, yeah, if it's all made up of energy, then that energy itself is neutral.
Yeah.
But then the mind comes in and puts on labels and judgment, like this is good, this is not good. But
Mm.
in the end, even though it might not seem to be that way, everything is just going the way. Yeah, what else can you say? Then it's going, and I would even add, as it's supposed to go. But that is very difficult to accept because we got all these ideas about how things should be, and how
Mm.
it should be, and
Mm.
that's all not really true.
No, but it's so convincing, and it's so that all those concepts are so embodied that, and when there's that separation, that divider from this is right and wrong and I'm here, then everything seems so real, and you can hear maybe nothing is real, but a lot of times it's also then it can be an understanding of that or a seeing, but still there can be a subtle feeling there. There's something still going on and it's happening to me in certain circumstances. So that search can still, in a subtle way, can go on.
Yeah. And there is also this longing, which said is like a longing for, something better, or we got to be better, or things have to be better.
Yeah.
But when you go deep into it, it's really a longing for love. And I think that is because ultimately, if we are anything, then that's what we are. We're not what we seem to be, these bodies, these persons, these minds, but that longing points out that there is a missing of something. And because we are so absorbed in this dream, we're not aware of the love that we are and that we long for at the same time.
But there's no one. So we can talk about that. But there's no one. So that's still a story that there's people longing for love. There's no one.
It doesn't have to be people longing for it.
No.
I would rather say it is love longing for itself.
Yeah, okay.
And whether there's an identity there or not, well, that goes too far now to say that. But some say that we are love. And so, yeah, that's all
But
I
I'm
can
not
say.
saying we are love. I'm not saying that.
No,
I'm
no,
not saying that.
I'm not saying you're saying that, but it's like in this case, this is memory of a series of experience, and one of them, what they call a near-death experience. And that is when that love is there. And after that, if there is return to, this normality, what we call, then there's always that memory there, and there's always a longing there. And I think everyone has that, even if there is no everyone, that love has that for itself. And yeah, just sharing this,
Mm.
might make
Okay,
might
thank you.
make some change. That's why I mentioned it.
Okay, thank you.
Oh,
Thank you. Oh, wait, there's a new message. Sometimes I'm just do something. No, you're not. There's only doing. That's not you doing it. It's just doing, or it's not even doing. It's, yeah, maybe you can say doing, moving a hand or walking or table. It's not, life is not only about us. I- It's 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 about anything, but it's life is a cup of tea, feelings, walking. It's all the same. And we thinking like I'm here and this is my body and my we are the most important and the center of the world. No, we're not. There's no one. And when they're saying there's no one, so the table is as important as a feeling. There's no difference. There's a difference, but not in importance. That's the freedom.
Yeah, that's the freedom. Yeah. Yeah, you are so right, but it's so, I how do you say that? Ik heb mezelf opgegeven. I have to make a portfolio and it has to be finished
Oh,
tomorrow.
right. Okay.
Yeah, and so and then I'm doubting and I'm starting with it, making pictures, making paintings. And then I'm already, maybe I'm thinking too difficult, but then I'm already thinking maybe I'm doing too much.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
But that can happen. All those thoughts can be so strong, and so that's so an embodied belief. What so can be there, and all those things. When there's an action, then can be all those thoughts can happen. They don't have any meaning, but they can happen. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And whatever it's going, whatever will happen, that's it. Maybe a portfolio, maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm. We're thinking we're so important. It's not. There's also the table. It's the same. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Mm. Me is a story. There's always stories about what's going on and how to do it, and making it serious. And that it's not wrong, but it's making it serious. Nothing is serious, but whoa, that whole me construct, and that being busy with how to do things and how to live my life and what can I do and what will I do and all that. It's so serious and so important. It seems so important, and it's the most important thing. There's nothing happening. It's going nowhere. Life is going nowhere. Can be circumstances, but that circumstance and then something else. There's no time. You can't even imagine how that is. That's the freedom. Mm. We're thinking this whole body is all the time there, and I am in it, and I'm moving. And when there are thoughts, they're my thoughts, and and then there will be circumstances because of what I'm doing and all. Oh my God, I'm already tired thinking that. It's there's only that hand. That's it. And then oh, a cupboard. Oh, and then something. That that's it. There are no relations. There is no time happening in between, or this is because of that, and now I'm doing this and all that relation. It's made up. It's what's happening. That's it already, and that's it. That's everything. Mm.
Thank you.
Mm.
Yeah, together with there not really being a personal self, except, okay, the experience of it could be there, but it's not real. In that sense, these talks or these meetings are, I guess, to make more awareness of it, to make it more real.
No, no. There are no intention, these meetings. They have no intention. Of course not. Because then, when there's doing that, when there's intention, they're saying this is not right yet. But it's already right or right. But this is already it. There's nothing, no need to do anything. There's no need to change anything or to be aware or whatever. No, that what's happening is it. Not for anyone, but it's this.
Yeah, there's something else that is meant is that you, by saying these things, are changing the awareness of the ones that are listening to it, to
I
it.
don't know. I don't
Oh,
know.
yeah,
I'm
well,
not doing
yeah,
that.
there is. Interesting also is that if there is no personal self, then there is also no guilt. There is only innocence in reality. There's only
Yeah.
innocence because there is no guilty personal
Mm,
self then. So that's
mm,
also a great relief. And it might
mm.
oh my God, if that idea is accepted, who knows what bad things then I'm going to do, because then I'm going to think, oh, I can do anything I want. But
No, but this is not, no, it has
true at
nothing to
all.
do with what
That-
you're saying.
No, but that's
Because
not true. No, what I mean is that's not true at all. That might be a fear, coming up like, oh, if we're all innocent and we're not these personal selves, then anything goes. But that is a distrust of the underlying energy that I said is neutral, innocent, and ultimately
I'm sorry, I'm lost. I can't follow you.
okay.
I'm lost.
Okay,
Sorry.
all right.
Yeah,
Maybe that is
sorry.
exactly maybe that is what was meant, that you get lost.
Oh, okay. Hmm. Thank you.
All right, welcome.
Okay, there's another chat. So no thought can really be relied on for an appropriate evaluation. Any solution I come up with is another attempt to label, organize, conceptualize. It's like looking for a solution to a problem while unknowing being stuck in the problem. Any answer I come up with is just another thought limited by my perspective and knowledge. When there's me and that whole looking for an answer, there's always looking for an answer, thinking that will help, or that will be give me something. Looking for help because there's a need. There seems to be a need for something, and they're looking for help to solve the problem or do anything. But there's no one. So thoughts can happen, but they don't happen for anyone, and that's crazy. You don't can't believe this. Or if you believe this, it's just nothing. Or maybe it's even understanding this is already nothing. It's just a bit understanding. Can be nice, but it's just an understanding. But there's no one, and when there's no one, there's no need for anything. There's no answer because there are no problems. There can be arising things like how will I do it? Well, that whole me is construct is always trying to or get rid of things or change because it can't see, and that whole construct is busy with trying to change, so it can't see that this is it. Can't hear that also because that's the it blows up, and that's being heard. Can't do anything about that because that's energetic. There are no answers. So it's a circle. Me is driving in a circle, trying to get out of it, but you can't get out of it because you're not in it. Wow, crazy. It's crazy. Yeah. There's no one in it. It's not wrong to have a lot of thoughts and trying to organize or evaluate and all that. That can happen for a while and things like that. Yeah, can happen. It's just thoughts happening, like tables. Oh,
it feels like a relief when the, yeah, you could call it a memory comes up that ultimately, okay, we're not who we seem to be, we're not really doing what we seem to do,
Mm.
but yeah, that ultimately we're all love. If I look at your image on my screen and I think, okay, that image is really love, then there is a great relief. There's a great relief. There's no more feelings of hostility or anger or criticism. That falls away completely.
Mm. But I'm not love. Everything is it. It's already it's unconditional love. It's everything. So it's not Rose or something, but it's everything.
Yeah,
There's nothing that it's
yeah,
not love. Even the word of anger is love. It's but unconditional love. And that's
yeah,
something else.
yeah, yeah. But
Yeah.
I'm just talking about like the practicality of having the screen right at
Yeah.
in front of what seems to be a me, but it
Mm,
okay, maybe even if there is no me, there is this screen, there these little pictures on it, right?
mm,
And then I see this picture of your person, right? How you appear in this world. And then the thought,
mm,
she's perfect love, then that's the end of all judgment. That's the
mm.
end of it. So that's a great relief.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Mm,
And then if you like perfectly like was just said, well, that's all there is. Okay, perfect. Then it can be extended to everyone and everything that we see.
But it's already that.
Right, right, sure. Yeah, but it's good to hear it because
Mm,
we don't usually hear that. I mean, I've never heard
mm.
it anywhere, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm. Ah, share. Come on. Yeah. Say it.
Hi, Roes.
Hi. Hello.
Hi. Roes, all there is the same energy, isn't it?
It's one.
Everything
Yeah.
is the one energy.
It's
Just
one energy.
talking, the
Yeah.
tree out there,
Mm,
the
mm.
so there can it's a mentally which I say. So there cannot be something else than one energy.
No, everything is one. And there can be
Everything is
differences.
one.
Yeah, but it's
Yes.
different, like the different
Yeah. So
body or.
this
Mm.
friend which we did talk, this is the same energy which which
Yeah,
move
yeah, yeah,
now.
yeah. Yeah, so it can't,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. So
yeah.
that's also the neutral. That there's
And
no
I think,
difference.
and
Yeah.
I think to also share one and one happening.
Mm,
For 2 nights ago, my son he did operate his kidney.
mm,
He's around 15 years old. I was very much in worry about him, and I went to say to him hello, how he is.
mm,
And I really, it's just a memory that there was no one went there to ask him, how
ah,
are you? I
ah,
come, it was just something which is standing, that's
mm,
all.
yeah.
And I come and sit on the chair, and I just sweating.
Mm, yeah.
And it was amazing. It was the first time after many years I do listen to this message,
Mm,
and it
mm,
happened like that.
yeah.
So it is
Mm,
really all there is the same energy, the one energy.
mm,
Like this talking, like this friend explained the thing, but
mm,
but I mighty don't realize that this message is not about the understanding.
no,
Yeah.
no. Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks. Thanks.
Mm. Oh wait. Why all this with no one to judge or benefit? Why all this with no one? Well, there is no why. There is no why. That's what me asks when there's that whole construct. We can abstract, and then when there's abstracting everything and seeing like, oh, this is good, and this is why, then there's a lot of why and trying to not to judge or to all that, trying to live your life. And then there's hearing this message. There's no one, so there's no one judging. There can be thoughts judging thoughts. Well, there's no why. It's energetic. Everything is energetic, so it reacts. Mm. Okay. Okay, another one. So no thought can. Why? Wow. So no thoughts can really be relied on. Oh, no, I did already. Oh, no, I did already read that. Oh, wow. What would you say to the idea that we have a true nature, pure awareness, pure conscious? No. Is this not just another attempt at personalization? Yes, sure it is. It's sure, but we are pure nature. It's always we. We are love. We are pure nature. We are I don't know what. There's no we. That's what this message is talking about. There's no we. So that whole attempt to trying to do the right thing and to be the right thing or to be something that's completely lost. That's what most me's don't want to hear because they're very busy trying to be a very good me, a very good person, or very far in their education or whatever. And this is completely knocking everything out. There's nothing left. There's no importance of Roes. No, nothing. There's nothing left. So it's like looking. It's oh wait, no, that's substituting these terms for me now. Instead of being little me, I'm the vast open awareness, but still there is I am. Yeah, that's what a lot of times is. I'm the awareness and all that. So you become very important, and this is making that nothing left. There's no one. So there's nothing being important. Everything is the same importance. So if there's watching television or doing a course about awareness, it's the same thing. There's nothing different in that. It's just what's happening. That's it. Very in that sense. It's not opening the heart. It has nothing to do with a heart. There's no heart. That's also a construct. There's no heart. Mm. And there's another. Oh, chance. Where? Okay, wait. I have a belief that it's itself to be unhappy even for one day. Sad is fine, not unhappy. Or I have a belief that it's selfish to be unhappy even for a day. Yeah, there's so many concepts. We have so many beliefs and concepts. Like we learned that how we would, that's that whole construct. It's a survival mechanism. Like learning that, you could say, in the story about how that was, we learned how to behave. This is selfish. You can't do that. You have to take care of others. You do all that. Da 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 da. No, but that's so embodied. So when there's doing something else, that all those like it seems like thoughts can arise in and that's a lot of concepts. But it's just a concept. It's thoughts. There's no meaning for thoughts. We take them very seriously and it seems like, oh, that's important. Nothing is important. Even thoughts are not important. It's not wrong, but there's just thoughts without a meaning. Just a concept. Yeah, can be a concept. You can listen to it or not listen. It doesn't matter. Life is everything. Life doesn't go about us or it's not about the world or anything. Life is. So it's not going about anything. It's moving ahead. That's life. Very simple and tiny. It's not a whole big story. No. Okay, cheer. Yeah. You raise your hand. You want to say something? Mm. Hè? Ja, dat komt straks. John left me a note that I won't forget, so it's here that I will say that later on. Mm. Hey, Susie is all. I thought you wouldn't come. Okay. Hi. Mm. What? Mm. There's no, I see selfish. Selfie is also a construct. There's no selfish people. It's what's happening. It's apparently happening. Maybe there's eating candy or walking out of the door. I don't know. That's it. Not for a reason. We're always into reason and all that. That's a construct. That's a story. It's just what's happening, apparently happening. That's it. Mm. Sure. Do you have plans to come to the US? Yes, there are plans to come to Sacramento in December. We are busy planning that. Not yet completely sure, but the first weekend of December that might happen. So you can come to Sacramento.
Hi, Rose.
Hello, hi.
Is this just started, or did you start an hour ago?
I started an hour ago. Yeah.
I mistook the time for UK time.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's different. Yeah. Mm,
Good to see you anyway.
yeah. Mm. Shit, a fly.
There is a message from Susie.
A message from Susie? I didn't see that. In the chat, you mean?
Yeah, but I talk later with you.
Oh, okay. How did you get rid of the concept thinking? I didn't. It just stopped. Yeah, I don't know how that happened. It just stopped. I was just sitting and I was really, really busy always with everything going on in the head and my body and myself and all that. And then it wasn't there. I don't know why. I didn't do anything about it. I didn't do anything. Just stopped. And suddenly everything was really clear, like, oh my God. And that fell away too. And then that was it.
I'm a bit jealous.
Sorry? Hmm.
I'm a bit jealous about that.
I can't hear you. There's an echoing.
Yeah, that's here also. She is a little bit jealous about that.
Oh, she's jealous.
Yes.
Oh, jealous. Yeah. Yeah, people think that that's the different. It's happening to Rose, and it's not like that. That's so difficult to explain that the whole idea of Rose has a life, and she doing this, and she left, and she had that. Not She didn't have that anymore. Was also gone. So there was nothing left, just nothing. No Rose, no life of Rose. I can think in the story and just that goes on. But in the same time, there's nothing going on. There's just all the importance of Rose is left. It's just gone. There's nothing left. Yeah. I can't even imagine how that is. And the funny thing is, it was already like that. It was always like that. But there were a lot of ideas about who I was and what I did and how to do and blah, blah, blah. And suddenly like, oh, it's not only there's no one, there's nothing happening. This is not real. Nothing is real. Nothing is important or serious. Can't even imagine how that is. But it's a loss. It's about loss. Yeah. So Rose is not important anymore. And then before that, Rose was the center of everything, like everybody. And then, yeah, nothing left. Nothing. Mm. But there's so many ideas about how to behave, how to do, how to clothe. I should be my health. I should watch this. Oh my God, it's endless. It's endless going on. Beliefs about how to do, what is important. I can't be selfish. It goes on, it goes on. And it's just a dream. It's a fantasy. It's just nothing. Oh my God, I did everything did to make my life work and do anything. And oh my God, ah, there's nothing happening. It's just a hand moving and that's it. That's simple. It's that simple. Just a table. It's not about Rose. It's a table or maybe a feeling, not inside Rose. No, a feeling somewhere, a chair. Mhm. Yeah, it's already that.
Hi, Rose.
Hello.
Hi. Hi. I just wanted to ask you, sometimes like in life, you don't like say you don't want to do something, you really don't want to do it, but you end up doing it anyway, and you have no idea why the hell you did that. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, that's
Just
it. That's what I'm talking about. You think you have a free will. No, you haven't. Yeah, but that's it. That's it. And we are so obsessed by what do I want and what I don't want. And then suddenly I'm doing what I'm not wanting. Then suddenly you see that not wanting has no power at all. That's the
yeah,
dream. That has a power. That not wanting or wanting, it hasn't a power. Oh my God, but it seems so important. That's
yeah.
just what's happening. And we think, oh, I did choose that. No, you didn't. Whoa, there's so much seriousness in that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the same thing as if like, if you're upset about something and you're going to talk to this person that supposedly make you upset, you make up all these scenarios in your head of what you're going
Mm,
to say, and then when you're
yeah,
actually in front of the person, it's completely different. And you go home and
that's
you're like, well, what was that?
yeah. All that stories about hours what you did think. Yeah, Yeah, but that's exactly where this is as well. Yeah. Yeah.
Hilarious.
Yeah. That's it.
Hilarious. Thank
It's
you.
also like, oh my God, there's no free will. Of course there's no free will, but wow, that seems so convincing. You can't just say to people, come on. That's the most important thing of the no, there isn't. No. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
hilarious. Thank you so much,
Yeah.
Rose. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Not as a moral judgment or anything, but
Mm,
there is enjoyment here.
mm. Okay. The funny thing is, what you said, Nat, about hilarious, it's like everything what I'm saying is somewhere it's already known. Somewhere. What we're so convinced, and all those beliefs and concepts are so embodied and strong. And sometimes when there's talking about this, then that can be a little bit like, oh my God, is that so? That there's a question. Like, oh my God, I was so sure, but I'm not sure. Well, maybe it's not like that. So yeah, that's questioning all those concepts and beliefs. Yeah, that's it. This is not new. This is already known, already somewhere. It can be recognized. Yeah. Yeah.
Still, this feels like a shower, like a wash.
Mhm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it could be called a shower, as this is like a washing off of erroneous concepts and ideas that aren't true.
Yeah, that can happen. Yeah, sure. Hmm.
Hi again, Rose.
Hi.
It's a very strange message because there's no truth. So it's like, and yet there's still a hanging on to the words.
Mm.
You know, when you say this is not real, there's nothing happening, and yet there's no one there who knows that, and it's just this. You know, I had Iliana here for a few days, and she kept saying, "Oh no, it's there's no one there," but there's still here a center, and almost like I'm going to stay here.
Yeah. Mm.
It's because it's so disheartening, and it's the end of illusion that you'll ever find anything,
Yeah.
and it's hurt, but there's some anger felt at that, because and yet, so I don't know if it's true. I can hear myself speak. And that's what is just comes up, and what is felt, and what is exchanged.
Can be. Sure.
It's just,
Can be anger sometimes, not the whole time, but can be suddenly like, yeah, of course.
yeah, well, or frustration, because I
Yeah.
think there's still a part that wants to get it,
Yeah.
Yeah. And yet, there are no concepts. There's no thinking ahead of something or after something. It's always what's happening now. And yet I'm going to talk about something that happened. I drove Iliana to the retreat with Jim, and I just sat down for a cup of tea with some people, and I just felt so out of place. I think, what am I doing here? I don't know any of these people. And, apart from recognizing a couple of faces, maybe from Zoom meetings, like, it's like being in no man's land. I feel neither there nor here. And this what is just coming up now.
Mm.
There's no reason. And you can't land on anything. You can hear my frustration.
Yeah. But that can be when there are a lot of things, concepts are going and they're not there so much anymore. There can be a period of what I call desert, like, oh my God, the hang-ups, what you normally do, that isn't there, but it's also not yet that or something else. So
Yes,
that feels a bit dry and frustration. I know that. Yeah. Be
yes,
like
yeah.
that.
I
Yeah.
almost felt like, that I was growing crazy, really,
Mm,
and everything that meant something
mm,
drops, and then there's no drive anymore. things that I used to enjoy and just get up for, it's like everything so, seems to disappear.
Mm.
And it's scary. It's so scary at the same time. And I don't know if you went
Yeah, I
through
know.
that
I know
period.
that. It can be like that. I know that, but it's not for everyone, but I know that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
It can, you don't know. For me, it was a period like that, and everything came back, and I went on again. Well, can be anything. You don't know what will happen.
No, because
But
there's
that
no journey,
no,
no getting to.
no.
So this is it just now.
Yeah, yeah. But
Yeah.
what still is there is there is just that me is that construct that feels like, oh, this is, oh, what is this? Oh, what is it? It
Yes.
doesn't want that, and that's that subtle me that's
Yeah.
going on, and that, yeah, if that's energetic, you can't do
And
anything
then
about
there's
that.
nothing that can be done about it.
No. But it's not wrong. It's just that,
No.
like, it's just that. What is
Yes,
wrong with that? It's
I
just
guess
that.
so.
Very
Yes.
neutral, that. And we think, oh, I want freedom, or I have an imagination about how it could be or should be or whatever. But
Yeah.
that's what's going on, is it? But it's in the form of, oh, what is it? That. But that's it too. But oh, that's a hard one.
Yeah. No, that's lovely. That's lovely. Thank you.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah. Lovely.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. Thank you.
It might also be interesting to note that the personal self, this whole construct, consists of thoughts either of how great I am, how I'm better than others, how I know more than them, and the criticism of others on that. And it can also switch suddenly the other way around, like, oh, I'm such a piece of shit, and why did I do that? And in other words, full accusations, one after the other. It seems that is the range it has. And so when 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 that is seen and not, let's say, believed in anymore, then all that, yeah, that's a great freedom from that, because it's very unpleasant. You talk about that as if it was hell, and yeah, in a way you can say it is.
But there can be still all kind of feelings. It doesn't mean it's nice or something like that. But it doesn't matter, because there's no one, so there's nothing going on like, I don't want this or all that kind of thing, that, oh, this isn't right. Or when there's a feeling, it's just yeah, how can you say that? It's so normal. It's just that feeling. That's it. Yeah. And like little children, they just feel something, and they are not busy like, oh, do I like this? No, they just feel and they go and express or not express or just go, and anything.
Yeah, but
It's
I was referring to what I heard before about, oh yeah, what should I do now? And maybe I didn't do this right, and as if talking about a past experience as a memory before the shift, and that didn't sound like much fun.
I don't understand.
Compared to what you're talking about now, right?
Yeah, there was a life of Roes, and then suddenly there wasn't. Something like that. Yeah, of course. And there can be still talking in stories about what happened, but it's in the same time, it's just a story, and it doesn't mean anything, because can be a story of Rose, but what is there important? There's nothing important of that, because it's the same as any other story. It seems like you can learn something from that, or no, of course not, because the story of that life, or of not even the story, but that what's going on, that's already it. So there's nothing to learn, there's nothing to need to do. It's exactly what's going on that's what's happening. It's not that you are someone doing that. It's just that moving is it. It doesn't matter what it is. Watching television, looking at the time. It doesn't matter. It's everything. That's the joy. There's no need to change. And when there's changing, then there's changing. So what? There's no special thing or this is better than that. No, it's the same. So it doesn't matter what's happening because it's going nowhere. Life is going nowhere. It's is. So it's a table or it's a floor. There's no story. There's no time involved, like happenings. There's no world. That's also a bombshell. There's no world. That's a construct that there's something outside. This is everything. This is it. That there's no outside. There's also no inside. There's what's that front. That's it. That's everything. So it's very literally there's nothing going on about why or reason. It's what it is. And it's not saying to yourself, oh God, I'm shouting, I'm thinking. It's not saying to yourself like, oh, this is what it is, because that's a new way of non-duality talking. No, it's just what it is, just normal walking. There's nothing special be about no one. There's already no one. So there's nothing special because already there is no one. So in that sense, there's no difference. There's no difference. It's just the same. Maybe there's an idea. No, it isn't. But that's it. And that's an idea that can be there. That's it too. So
Yeah.
it can't be not it. It's everything. It can't be not it. That's the joy. That's also the freedom. It's everything. Everything, but really everything. So whatever is talked about or said or done or it's that. It's not done by someone, but it's that. That's the freedom. That's already what is. So there's no need to look for it. There's no need to lead to go to these meetings. No. It's just that. It's just this. Oh, thank you. Thank you that you're coming.
Residential.
Oh, good. My little notes. I was thinking of my note. Oh, it's already falling down. No, okay. There was I'm giving a residential, and there's still some place because we booked some extra rooms. So you can look at my website. It's in September, so this month already, the 25th till 29th. So if you want to come, it's in Terschelling in Holland, in an island. Please let me know and we can work out if there's a possibility. So, okay. So I'm now doing the recording, stopping.
Thank you, Ryan.